All right, let's see for insight. What else could come from with, oops, what else comes for insight? 5 of Swords. Wow, so a lot of mental stuff going on. So yeah, so it's almost like some of you, or if this resonates, the whole part resonates, there might be moments where like there's mental conflict. You get yourself like maybe too worked up. What else? With the Ace of Cups. Ooh, finally some emotion. So now you get like an emotional from that. Like, okay, so you get in your emotions, but then it also gives you like a release. Is this I want to say this just because maybe just because of maybe, are you addicted to having this trigger cycle? Do you purposely trigger yourself, or do you like find connections where you trigger yourself, you talk yourself into this conflict, this mental chaos and confusion, just to release it, and then just to do it all over again? You get this new release, and but as a form of like addiction, or are you doing it to self-sabotage, or are you doing it to actually move forward? That's a good question. That's a really good question. It's like the habits of like smoking. Every time you smoke, have you noticed that like you get all of this like insights and blah blah blah, you get thoughts, and then you're like, wow, I just thought of this, but then there's no action. So while we have a focus, detox, and overlook, so ignore the distractions, ignore the problematic things that come up that are trying to sway you off your future, the choices that you already clearly taken, right? That try to destabilize you. And it's saying detox wherever you need to detox. Maybe that will give you a different insight, because now instead of existing somewhere else, now you're trying to problem solve. And crows are very intelligent creatures as well. They problem solve very, you know, in a different way. Like, okay, what's another way I could look at this? Also, don't overlook the small details. Don't overlook don't overlook, period. Look twice, look 3 times or something. One last one for, oops. For insight, Ace of Cups, hide, ignore, hide, cheating, concealing, misleading. So don't overlook if someone is concealing something and you feel like someone is hiding something. You know, yeah, if someone comes off misleading, then don't overlook that intuition, you know. Okay, let's see what else. 6 of Swords. So yeah, leave behind what it is that you need to leave behind. Again, the mental. King of Swords, six of Discs. Yeah. So you're staying analytical, you're seeing what it is that is giving back, like even within the community, and it feels like you might no longer, after having insight in things, in perspectives and everything, after observing how people behave, how you've behaved, how they treat you, I think you're no longer, you're no longer falling for the people who are just chaotic, or, you know, like toxic environments, and you can see through this now. Because you're focusing. I feel like you can, yeah, you've ascended to a new level that it's a gift now to see. It's crystal clear who's with you and who's not. It's crystal clear who has good intentions and who doesn't. All right, let's go with release. What else can we know about release? That's 3. Ooh, the Emperor, baby. Page of Cups. So we got more emotions. Temperance, yes, balance and stability. And the Emperor. So someone could be going back and forth. This could be you, this could be someone around you. Someone could be going back and forth from the old and the new, from the old and the new, from immature to mature. The emotional intelligence, but they're tempering their behaviors. And you could be also embodying this Emperor energy. This is a very masculine read. This could be for masculine, or it could be for, like, if it's a woman, you know, it's just saying that, like, you're embodying the action taken inside of you, along with balancing your mind and your emotions. So it's like a complete balance that's happening as you're releasing forward. Like you feel that? You're like completely gathering your shit together, you know. You're just like composed, you know. You're dropping the act, the misleading, the cheating. Like, you're dropping the act. Magician could also be someone in the reverse, right? Manipulative. So you're dropping that act of manipulating. Oh, like, I'm gonna do this, like strategics and whatever, you know, and you're just tempering between your actions. Are they coming from the heart, balanced place? Yeah, acting from a place of balance and stability. Are you doing things with love? Are you treating yourself with love? Generous. Give with an open heart and offer without expectation. Unconditional love. That was the hand, giving and receiving, an open heart, you know, crystal clear. Maybe this could also represent 1, blue, which is communication. And 2, it could also represent your heart. Your heart being a crystal, your heart being special, being this crystallized organ that it 100%, it's like people, it's like you see what you get. It's like, okay, like people see your heart, like, because you wear it on your sleeve almost, right? Not almost, it feels like that's the confirmation of that. Well, let's pick another one. Let's pick like 2. What else for this one? Page of Cups, Temperance, and the Emperor. Risk taking, yeah, so that, like, decision making. The Emperor just does what he, like, it's not what he wants, but it's like, but yes, he's a very independent person. You go ahead, it's the action taken, it's the masculine. Glory favors the brave. Go ahead, like whatever you've been thinking about. Like, I feel like there's a lot of mental that was going on over here, but now we're moving into once you gain the insight, you're moving into the emotional side and tempering that with the action. So you are taking action now. Let's see what the outcome would be. Oh, should I take this? Pragmatic, the Fool. It's like a new beginning. You're gonna be like a new beginning. You're gonna be new at whatever you start creating. Let's see. What would be a confirmation for, or what's gonna come out of this? 10 of Swords. So the worst is over. Meditate on, you know, for the release aspect of it. It's like, okay, meditate on it wherever you need to, just to kind of like continue to balance that out whenever it comes up, you know. And 3 of Wands, and then move into creation with a new creative outlook, with a new perspective of like the beginner's mindset. I know the Emperor is like, okay, you've already conquered everything, like, kind of, you know, whatever. But like, let's say like it's an attitude of like, you're always like, the master could also be taught by the students, like the teacher, you know what I mean? Like you exchange, and I feel like that's like with the sense of community, like you can learn from someone, like always staying open to receive more knowledge, always staying open to learn from others, and it feels like that's coming forth to you. Okay, so now I want to do what's an outcome or confirmation for this whole reading. Yeah, with a new one. Alright, so any last messages? Meditation again. So right now I feel like you're still meditating. Okay, and what's the outcome of all of this? What's the outcome? And so 6 of Pentacles. You're gonna be paid back. You're gonna have mutual exchange. You're gonna be, it's almost like karmically, like what you give, you receive. What you give is what you get. So you're gonna just receive in different forms. And we have another hand, the Creator. So yeah, the Creator and the Desert. So the Desert represents this. Look. Okay, so the desert is almost like when you go in the mind's eye, like when you're just like meditating, and we see a lot of that going on over here. And the Creator is like, look at that, the repurpose, redesign. It's also creating the Magician, creating that life. The 3 of Wands is creation. Seed, you're sprouting something. Like you could create in anything. Like it's like the form of expression. Let's see what else. How is your heart right now? How is your heart feeling right now? Ooh, hoping. So you're expecting something, you're manifesting. So you are embodying that Okay, I get it. So I feel like right now you're thinking about what you want to manifest. But you also are working on the faith that you got with God. You're tapping into it. Perhaps you're praying. You're getting closer to yourself, which is beautiful. That shows that there's progress going on in the collective, because like we went from before like, okay, connect with yourself, and now it feels like there's progress happening here. And we have, oh my God, memories and past life. So we have deja vu, repeated patterns, and karmic lessons. So it feels like right now you could be wanted to take a different path instead of repeating patterns. And it feels like, or maybe you've just repeated another pattern, and now you've seen it from a different side. That it's like, okay, I've gained enough insight. It's enough. I'm going to release this cycle because I'm not going to repeat this again. Wow. Okay, and how will your heart be after all of this? Well, messed up, blocked, mixed signals. Emotional, was it someone else's energy? Hold on. It feels like the people who you release might not be happy. Okay, what is this coming from? We have the Six of Pentacles again. That's triple confirmation. It's like what you get is what you give is what you get. So hopefully, if this is a cross watcher or something, if this is a cross watcher, you know, they might be, this could have been their energy, that it's like they might be messed up about being released. Like no one likes to be left behind. But or if you were, it's almost like you're getting insight from like how that affected you, the instability that it brought you. And I feel like this is a call to not block your emotions, or perhaps you were blocked before and now you're unblocking them, because the Ace of Cups, look at that cup, is overflowing with emotion. So it's almost like I feel like you're unblocked. Like if whatever was mixed up in your head, because there was a lot of that here with the Five of Swords as well. In your heart, like that goes with the crystal clear. Now it's crystal clear. Now you're following your heart. And you're manifesting from your heart, a balanced and stable heart. That's why it's so important to be balanced, to love yourself, to be generous with yourself, to plant good seeds around you. You want to be an emperor from that place. You don't want to be a toxic one, you know. So there's still like avoiding, blocking, pushing away, turbulence, tension, arguments. So yeah, I mean, it's natural when you push away the old life, it's like, especially karmic connections, it comes with a lot of arguments, tension. Like it's like that change is difficult, and I speak from experience. But listen, this is the payout, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna, like, you're gonna have, oh, I just remembered, it could come back in forms of ideas, because there's a lot of the Princess of Swords. So whatever you've released and whatever you've given in the community, or whatever it is, like where you've given, it could come back. It might not come back in people, but it could come back in ideas. So stay present, so you can actually write down any idea that you have, because they might intertwine together. They might connect somehow. All right. Let's do a word. All right, let's do a word to anchor this in. Creativity. Oh my gosh, you cannot make this up, bro. Seriously. So yeah, this is a confirmation to create all forms of it. How can you create differently today? What's something you can learn? How can you express yourself from creating? Oh my gosh. All right, this is your message. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like it, please like, subscribe, comment below, share it, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.